Hello, it's Lynn Brown. It's great to see all of you today, tonight, wherever it is in your part of the world. And today we're going to talk about something that's very dear to my heart, and it's resilience. You know, think about this, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but think about kids that are learning to walk. They first, roll and then they sit up, then they start to crawl, then they start to stand up, then they fall, then they bust their butts and they get back up. They get back up again. They fall down, they get back up. I mean, you've never heard a child say, "That's it. I'm not gonna get back up. I quit. I'm done. I'm not gonna do this. It's too hard. Walking is just gonna be too hard. I'll never be able to walk. And then once I learn to walk, I'll never be able to run. And then I could never probably jump." So you never hear that. You never hear kids say that. They just get back up. They are fearless. They will climb up on the top of something and say, "Jump, jump," and they will be ready to jump. So resilience is that same technique that we can use just like a child. We have to be resilient. We are going to fall down. We are going to fail. That's a guarantee. And see, I grew up, well, the first half of my life, I really tried to avoid failing, and I failed so much, but I tried to avoid it. And then when I did fail, I tried to cover it up. I'll never forget one time in high school, I was trying to watch my weight a little bit, and my mom came in and said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." And I had been eating like the blueberry pie, and there was some on my face. I mean, I couldn't hide it. And so a lot of times we do try to hide when we fail. So the number one thing that I've learned through the practice of resilience is that it's like building a muscle. I mean, you just have to practice it over and over and over again. I have to know that I'm going to fall flat on my face, and that failure is nothing to fear. I think we grow up in school, we're so afraid to get the red marks on our paper, we fear failure, and really failure is nothing to fear. And the greatest antidote for overcoming that is action. If you find yourself right now thinking about something that you've been wanting to do, maybe it was something you promised yourself in 2022, this is what I'm going to do, and you haven't yet started. You're getting ready to get ready. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you keep thinking, well, I'm just going to do this one more day and get ready. I'm gonna practice, or go pick this out, buy this, get these supplies, do whatever. And so we put off the things. We fight harder sometimes for our limitations than we do for the dream and for the places that we truly want to go. So we'll shrink back into safety. Just yesterday, I joined a networking group in Australia, and so honestly, I jumped on last night, and I was just trying to get the time straight and everything, and I was nervous. I truly was. I was nervous, and I ended up winning two of their drawings, and I had to immediately do a video and immediately give some business tips, and then tomorrow present, do something else. But I was very nervous for doing it. But what happened was that the action annihilated the fear. And because of that, it opened doors for me. It opened doors that I could not open. And so I think that, we have to be willing to fall flat. We have to be willing to fail. I mean, we know the stories. We read all the stories, about great inventions and great medicines and great, just whatever, the airplane, all these things that have been invented through failure, through trying time and time and time again. And y'all, I'll be honest, I don't know about y'all, but half the stuff that I do has nothing to do with trying to fly a plane halfway across the world or anything like that. It's nothing that scary. And so I think that it's important for us to think about things in our past. Look at the lessons, look at the models, the learning models of behavior that you have in your life. You've all done hard things before. You have done hard things before. And so I think that we have to get this practice of grit and this mindset of a gritty mindset and being grateful for the circumstances and being resilient. We have to be resilient. That's what the R in gritty stands for. So right now in your brain, in your mind, I want you to think of something that you did that was hard. Maybe it was you were the spelling bee champion. I don't know. Maybe you created some science fair project and won. Maybe you won a race. Maybe you ran a mile, and did great time on a cross country race. I don't know what your thing is, but you have some learning models of achievement in your past that will serve you right now. So let me give you an example. There was a time about 10 years ago, I was in a company and I earned 7 cars in that company. One of the cars I earned in 18 days. So some of the practices that I used as far as getting in touch with people and contact people and share my story and share my dream, I can take those same models and apply them now to what I'm doing. So it's the same thing for you. You have done hard things before. I guarantee you right now, if we could sit around the table and talk, you'd say, you know what? That just reminds me. I remember, growing up, we went through this really hard time in our family. So many of you have been through, financial, maybe growing up financial issues, or maybe something, health wise, or maybe some tragedy in your family or something. I don't know. I don't know what your thing is, but you have done hard before. So I want to challenge you to think about the learning models that you have and take one. Just pick one and apply it to something that you want to, achieve right now in your life. And I want you to, tonight, think about, or this morning, whatever time it is in your part of the world, I want you to think about it and apply that tomorrow, or whenever it is that you start on your, on your goals and what you want to accomplish. But I'm telling you, resilience is the key. It is the key to it. It is the muscle that we have to build. And when we have strong systems in place, then when the stuff hits the fan, we won't fall back into old patterns. We won't fall back into toxic, thoughts and start playing those broken records that don't serve us. We will stand on those systems that we have. We will say, you know what, almost expect failure. That sounds terrible. I mean, doesn't it? I'm a results coach and I'm telling you to expect failure, but I'm just telling you. Now, today I talked to some people in Australia. Our company that I'm with, a wellness company, and we just opened today to go into Australia and New Zealand. And I talked to 2 people, and they just weren't ready. It's okay. It's okay to get no's. It's okay if people aren't ready to do what it is that you're doing. It's nothing against you. It doesn't have anything to do with you, your effectiveness, your purpose. You don't need to change your vision. Sometimes you need to pivot, Sometimes you just need to drop back and punt. Just pivot. It doesn't mean you're changing the vision and the dream. It's not that. You're just changing the direction. So that's all I've got. I have 26 seconds left. I promised that I was going to hold this to 8 minutes, and so I've got just a few seconds. So I want to challenge you to look back in your life, and I want you to find something that you accomplished, a learning model of achievement. I mean, okay, I can do this. I sold Christmas cards when I was in first grade, and I sold enough Christmas cards to earn money to buy a guitar. Okay, so how did I do it? I asked people. I told them my dream. I told them what I wanted, and I asked people. There's my timer. And I asked people to support me. And so that's and my chimes won't turn off. Oh my gosh. So that's what I did. So that was a fail right there, not turning off your alarm when you're doing a Facebook Live. So see, life goes on. I mean, nobody died, nobody's hurt. We just roll on. So again, I know we were interrupted. So here's the deal. So take that analogy. At first grade, I sold Christmas cards. I won a guitar. I told people I wanted this guitar. They helped me because people want to help you. They're not gonna come on board with what you're doing, whether you're a coach, a trainer in business for yourself, you work for somebody else, or whether you're trying to convince your child to do something. They're gonna follow you, buy from you, buy into what you're doing because of who you are. It's not what you do, it's who you are. So the best way that you can guarantee success in that area is for you to become the best version. And that resilience has to be in there. It has to be in there. You cannot be afraid to fail. And that's hilarious coming from me because I grew up being afraid to fail. Sometimes I just played second to win. I was like, I'm just going to go for second place. I played not to lose. And you know what? You were not created to come in second and to play second base. Not second base, but second place. So there's nothing wrong with second base. But to come in second. No, you deserve a place, first place. That's you. So that's it. That's all I've got. But find a learning model that you can count on from your past and plug it into the present, and you will be amazed. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. And hey, there's the number at the bottom of the screen, that 850-290-2446. If you want to schedule a chat, about your results, just text me and I'll send you some information. Take care. Bye bye.